Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for attending this live webinar today. We apologize for the technical difficulties and the slight delay. As we are all adjusting to this new world, we're trying to, new things, new technology, and part of that comes some challenges. So my apologies if you've been waiting to talk to us today. My name is Jason Jaimes. I'm part of the Human Resources Department at Mayo Clinic, and we're here to answer all of your questions and also to tell you about some of the positions that we are hiring for. So just to clarify, this is specific to Mayo Clinic in Arizona, but we do have other locations in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Florida, if those are of interest. But today we're going to be focusing on our job postings for Mayo Clinic. So with that being said, we will give it a little bit of time for other people to join, and then that way we can start answering your burning questions about Mayo Clinic, and then we'll sort of pick up from there. One of the things that it's very important for you to know is that currently in Arizona, we're actively hiring for 150 jobs for many different positions. In this case, we're focusing on, we have many entry-level positions such as environmental services, medical assistants, and general services attendants. We would definitely like to share this with you because it's a great opportunity, especially with everything that is going on and the unemployment rate being, the way it is. A lot of people are looking for jobs. Some of the first questions that we get is, where are you located? So we have two main locations. One is in the north part of the valley. So if you are familiar with the Desert Ridge area, you should be able to find us up north. The second location is on the east part of the valley in Scottsdale. So those are our two main locations. Usually there are buses that go there, and if you own your own transportation, then it's very easy to get there in any of the major freeways. Just to tell you a little bit more about myself, I have been working in the Human Resources Department now for almost 10 years. So it'll be 10 years later on this year. And I think it's important whenever you're considering career choices that you think and truly learn about the culture of the organization, the type of opportunities, career growth. So with that being said, we'll just give it a few more minutes to start getting your questions answered. And until that happens, we are going to tell you a little bit more about the positions that we're actively hiring for. So in our Environmental Services Department, we have Environmental Services Associates and Environmental Services Techs. Those jobs usually start, for the associate position starts at $13.21 per hour, and it goes all the way to $17.21. We do compensate based on experience. So not because you are new to Mayo Clinic, that means that you would start at the bottom of the range, right? So if you have work experience, we definitely value that. And our environmental services techs, they start at $14.50, and they go all the way, the maximum of that range is $18.84. So definitely great positions. Just to tell you a little bit more about those departments, our environmental services technicians and associates are the ones who are actually keep up all of our facilities. That could be anywhere from offices to the hospital areas, hospital rooms. And then of course we have, we're in the middle of a very big expansion. So we're gonna continue to hire. So even if you are not, looking for a job at the moment, what I would recommend is definitely, keep our contact information, keep us in mind for future reference. Or if you're currently watching this, please feel free to share this or send this to somebody who may be interested in joining, a career with Mayo Clinic. We're also hiring for our Attendant General Services Department. So that job usually, the minimum of that job is $15.24. And then it goes all the way to 2018. So again, we compensate based on experience. So it's important that you keep that in mind. I'll stop really quick just to check the chat window and see if we have any questions so far. But definitely, I definitely would welcome your questions. It's a great opportunity for you to speak with someone directly from the Human Resources Department at Mayo Clinic in Arizona. And if you happen to catch this live broadcast and you are interested in other positions, I'll do my best to answer those questions as well, since I'm quite, quite familiar with some of our other locations. So a few things to tell you about Mayo Clinic today. We have about 7,000 employees here in Arizona. As I mentioned previously, we are in the process of a $750 million expansion. So our hospital, if you ever driven by, it honestly looks like it's in the middle of nowhere. But what happens is we have a big, piece of land where we're developing, and currently we're doubling our footprint. So once this expansion is done over the next, 3 to 5 years, you will see that our hospital and our facilities will look twice as big. With that comes a lot of job opportunities, career advancement. So if you're in a place in your life where you're looking for a life-changing career and, considering other opportunities and wonder what it's like to work for Mayo Clinic, I would recommend that, this is definitely your opportunity to ask your questions, right? And make sure that you have your questions heard. So, this is for Mayo Clinic in Arizona, but if you have questions for any of our other locations, I would recommend, just put them in the chat window and we'll do our best to answer them to the best of our ability. So, all right, we'll go here and check. Now, a couple of things for you to know is at Mayo Clinic, we have, a lot of departments that offer career opportunities. So if you're in a point of your career where you're looking for an entry-level job, or you have some experience in a certain field, we currently have about 7,000 employees. So you can only imagine the opportunities that come with that, right? And of course, in expanding in the middle of in the middle of all of this, we're still expanding. All right, let's check the chat window. All right. All right, we are also hiring for medical assistants. And that job usually starts around 1827, and it goes all the way to 2542. Those type of jobs are actually really good for they assist different parts of the practice. Now, some of the questions that we've received so far, it's about teleworking. So we definitely offer some teleworking positions. What I would recommend is that as you go to our career site, which, by the way, that is www.jobs.mayoclinic.org. I'll say that again, www.jobs.mayoclinic.org. As you look at our, all of our positions, they should state within the posting if the position is, it allows for teleworking or not. There's a lot of interest, of course, for everything that is going on. And, currently we have, so let me see if I can probably show you where to find this. Give me just 1 second. And okay, so I open a posting here. Let's see if I can find one of the postings right here that allows for telework. And if not, I will show you where to find that information. So in case we usually post positions in Arizona on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. So somewhere in the middle of the week, it's a perfect opportunity for you to check out our website. And then we do this on a weekly basis, right, for all of the positions that we are recruiting for. All right. Let's see. Give me just 1 second. So I want to show you really quick where to find, where to find whether a job is, it allows for telework or not. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So give me just 1 second, and I'll show you directly the posting. So, of course, we're live, so it'll take me a little while to find one since we have 152 jobs that we're recruiting for. But if you go to our website, and I'll go since the beginning so that way you get to see it. Here's our career landing page, right? It tells you some information about our career profiles, for physicians, healthcare professionals. If you're interested in, ambulance services, certified registered nurse anesthetist, I always struggle with that. And of course, you can go to any of our other, areas. And then non-medical professionals. So if you are familiar, or if you are looking for, perhaps a position in our support services department or any of our support services areas, you can always come here, and it'll tell you a little bit more about what it's like to work at Mayo Clinic. What do they do in environmental services? What do they do in facility services and general services? So recently, there you go. I received some questions like, what if I have some management experience? Well, my recommendation is we definitely, as we're growing, if you're interested in a long-term career and where to grow, management positions do become available. A lot of times we recruit from within for those kind of positions. So it's something to think about as you are considering other options. All right, so let me show you. I'll go back. And if you want to see all of our postings, you would go here and just type Arizona. It's easier. We have 2 different locations in Phoenix, the north of Phoenix, and then also Scottsdale. So it's easier if you just type Arizona if you want to see all of our postings. If you are looking for anything specific, then you can always use the keyword section. Here in our career landing page, you can organize by job title, right? And then it'll tell you, all of the environmental services positions that we're hiring for, general services attendants, and so on. Now, if you let's just open this desk operations specialist position. If you go here, it'll say is the 3rd bullet telecommute? No. So in this case, it doesn't. But if you look through all of our openings, it'll tell you which ones do and which ones do not. So, all right, perfect. Let's see, what other questions? Let's talk a little bit about our benefits. So from a benefits perspective, it's important for you to think and understand how our benefits work. So we have something called cafeteria. Well, I call it cafeteria style. So pretty much you pick and choose. You have different options from medical, dental, and vision. So for example, for our medical plans, we offer 3 different plans. And those will be your, we have our Mayo Premier, Mayo Select, and Mayo Basics. Now, how affordable is insurance at Mayo Clinic? So for example, I'll share this with, I'll share another page with you. So give me just 1 second. So here's, and this information, by the way, is available on our website. So I definitely invite you to go back and, all right, perfect. So we have our 2020 medical and dental vision premium. So for example, if you are a full-time employee at Mayo Clinic, right? If you are just looking for insurance for yourself, you can find, our Mayo Basic plan as low as $20 per month or $10 per paycheck. If you have, if it is employee plus children, so you can find plans as low as $30 per month. Employee, plus spouse is $35, and then a family plan, you can find something as low as $45. Now, I get it. Currently, economy is, a little bit difficult out there. So it's always good to think about the overall picture, right? Do I want to work there? What kind of benefits am I going to get? What kind of, career opportunities am I going to get? Now, we also, right now, a hot topic is, of course, childcare. So we do have different, subsidized childcare options as well that we provide. Let's see, we also have dental and vision plans as well, and you can do employee, employee plus children, employee plus spouse, or a family plan as well. So let's see, if we go down our benefits, okay, so of course we have a health savings account, or an HSA. We have a healthcare flexible spending account that you can also take advantage of. And let's see, we have a dependent care flexible spending account, so for your family expenses. And if you're thinking long-term, okay, Mayo Clinic does offer a 403B or a 401k, depending on what part of Mayo Clinic you work at. We also offer a pension plan. Now, this is something very interesting because Mayo Clinic has a pension plan on top of a 403B or a 401k with a match, okay? So as far as our benefits go, if you put in your 403B, let's just refer to it as a 403B for now. Again, we also have a 401k depending on where in Mayo Clinic you work. So for your 403B, if you put in 4%, okay, Mayo Clinic will put in an additional 2%. So in essence, think about it, you put in 4, you get out 6. Now, or you put in 4, and then Mayo Clinic puts an additional 2 for, a total of 6. Now, of course, life-work balance is very important at this time, especially, knowing that you work for a place where, you're gonna have benefits such as PTO. So we, depending on what type of role you start at Mayo Clinic, a new hourly employee accrues over 7 hours of PTO per 80-hour pay period. So that is in the first 2 years, and the good thing is that your PTO accrual, goes up after the second year. So I'm definitely very excited to, be at Mayo Clinic for nearly 10 years now, right? Because that's another milestone that you hit, and then your PTO, actually increases after that. Now, we also provide life insurance. We have an employer-paid life insurance. You can also have a supplemental life insurance. We have an employer-paid accidental death and dismember insurance, voluntary group universal life insurance, family term life insurance, as well as a voluntary accidental death and dismemberment insurance. So there is one that is employer paid, and then one that is voluntary. So you can actually supplement that, supplement that as well. Now, other benefits that you get being a Mayo Clinic employee, of course, we have a 24-hour nurse line and air ambulance service. We have adoption assistance. We also have an employee assistance plan as well. So this has actually has been great, since they help you deal with issues, right? So if you ever need anything, you're grieving or you're going through something and you need some assistance, you can always call our employee assistance program, and they'll definitely help you out, or they'll refer you to a professional. We have, let's see, long-term care insurance, and then Mayo Clinic dependent scholarships. You could actually, so dependents of eligible Mayo Clinic employees are eligible to apply for a scholarship that awards $3,000 per year, and for as many as 4 years of post-high school education. So that's also a great benefit that we have. We have the professional development assistance plan. Now, that's how we call it at Mayo Clinic, but it's pretty much tuition assistance. The good thing about tuition assistance is we have the maximum reimbursement per calendar year for tuition assistance is $5,250 for graduate level courses. But if you are thinking of a place where you want to go and go to school, we offer $3,000 for undergrad level courses and $300 for certifications. So let's see. All right. See if we have any questions in the chat window, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. If for whatever reason you happen to catch this as a recording, and then you need some of this information, again, I'll repeat. Oh, thank you. Somebody likes the suit. Thank you very much. You know, if for whatever reason you watch this afterwards, again, our website is www.mayo, I'm sorry, jobs. I apologize. 1 second. I will just read it out loud. So www.jobs@mayo. My apologies. The joys of live stream, right? So www.jobs.mayoclinic.org. Thank you. I'm more of a visual person. Okay. So, and there you can find all of our career opportunities. Again, this live stream is specific to Mayo Clinic in Arizona. That's why we have this beautiful background. But we also have locations in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Florida as well, north of Florida. So let me show you where all of our locations are. Now, of course, if you know, it depends what you're looking for, right? As far as a career opportunity. But if you go here to our website, you can find our locations. There you go, Arizona. We also have a small location in Iowa. I always forget about that. So my apologies to my colleagues in Iowa. And then, so there you go. You'll find them here. So and then, you know, the main campuses is Arizona, Florida, and Minnesota. Mayo Clinic Health Systems. We have locations also in Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. Now, what is the difference between all of our sites, right? So as I mentioned earlier, here in Arizona, we have about 7,000 employees. Arizona is very Florida is very comparable to Arizona. Rochester and pretty much the Mayo Clinic Health Systems, right? They have about a quarter of all of the employees at Mayo Clinic. So they're just smaller sites scattered around. And of course, our main location is in Rochester, Minnesota. So it gives you different options if you want to consider, you know, something with 4 seasons, right? Or something more on the hot side, right? Today, again, we're focusing specifically in Arizona, Mayo Clinic in Arizona. Now, other things that you'll find in our career page. So learning opportunities. If at any given point perhaps you're a student right now and you're looking for any of our internships, I recommend that you go and look for, you can check out our programs. We don't have many internships at the moment, but that may change as time goes by and then according to the school year. We also have training programs, and we heard some questions earlier about research and research positions, so you can always find out about the learning opportunities. Now, if you didn't catch, or you're more of a visual person, and you would like to see our benefits, you can go to our benefits page, again, jobs.mayoclinic.org, and then you just click on our benefits page. You will find, a breakdown of allied health benefits. So here's the booklet that I was showing earlier. If you are moving from another site, we do offer relocation assistance for some positions that could be anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000. And then benefits also for your future. I mentioned this earlier. So this is like our 403B, our 401k, and then also our pension, which is dual benefit, right? Of course, with the pension, there are, you have to be vested pretty much after, it's a combination of years of service and age. But then for the most part, everyone becomes vested after 5 years of, fully benefited service. Also benefits for your family. I don't know if I mentioned this, but we have a program where we'll provide up to $10,000 in adoption assistance and up to $12,000 for dependent scholarship. That's actually divided in 4 years, but something to consider. These are some of our other benefits: tuition assistance, which here at Mayo Clinic we call the Professional Development Advancement Plan, and then some of our awesome benefits that we have. Now, compensation is always a hot topic, so we sort of give you an idea of how we process our compensation. All right, so we have a question from Aaron, and Aaron says, "Hello, good afternoon. I was wondering if you had any openings in jobs related to health and wellness or health coaching. I graduated from ASU with my degree in health and wellness." Yes. So I would have to tell you, Aaron, those jobs don't become available as often now. But think about this. We're about to expand, right? We have $750 million expansion. We do have a really, if for whatever reason you wanted to sort of start your career and you are open to relocation, for even if it is for a couple of years, right? In open Rochester, Minnesota, we have a huge facility which is it's called, I always butcher this name, so it's the Abraham Daily Living Health Center, I think, or the doc, as we call it internally. And they actually they hire health and wellness coaches all the time. So if you wanted to get your foot in the door, get an idea what it's like to work for Mayo Clinic, you're definitely open to relocation. When we provide relocation assistance, all we ask is that you stay at your position for at least 1 year. And after that, you can move anywhere else within the organization, which is also great if you're looking for a place to advance, right, your career. So I hope that answered your question, Aaron. If you need additional details, my contact information should be in the chat window, so feel free to send me an email. We can also connect via LinkedIn, so you can always find me. I'm under Jason Jaimes. My last name is pronounced Jaimes, but it's spelled Jaimes. You'll probably see it in the chat window as well. Now, if you have any general questions, you can always call our I'm going to stop share, right? Okay, you can always call our HR Connect. So HR Connect answers most of the general questions that you have. If you have something specific to a job posting, they will most likely connect you to that recruiter. You can always connect with the recruiter via LinkedIn as well. Most of our recruiters are out on LinkedIn. We're actually very involved out there, but that is, for you to think about. All right. But if you have any general questions, like perhaps about our benefits or anything like that, you can call our HR Connect Center, which is 507-266-0440. Again, if you are watching this and if you know of anyone who's looking for a job in the Valley in Arizona, please feel free to share this live broadcast before we go offline. So we have about an hour, so we're definitely trying to make sure that we get in touch with as many people as possible. So throughout this, the next hour, you'll hear me repeat some of the information. Also you can, if you, for whatever reason you see this afterwards, you can always send me an email. My email will be in the chat window as well. And then, if you have specific questions as well. All right, perfect. So Aaron, hopefully that answers your question. If for whatever reason you were, let's say, I don't know how much of your degree is in food and nutrition or dietitians. We do hire dietitians for our patient-facing areas, but we also hire dietitians for our employee areas. So, but mostly, for our patients, from time to time, you'll see positions posted out there. All right. Let me see. I'm just going to go, Aaron, and look. I would recommend check out our website at www.jobs.mayoclinic.org. See, I said it right this time. All right, let's see. Now, another thing that I was thinking, Aaron, is if it is important just to get your foot in the door somewhere and then go from there, that is also an option. So consider us for, start as an employer. We are actively hiring here in the Valley. So if you know of anyone who's looking for a job, we currently have about 152 job openings here in the Valley, and we're going to be adding more in the next few months. So as we finish our construction plan, so if you ever drive by the 101 freeway, you'll see all the construction up in the north. So as we do that, you will, as the construction expands, you will definitely see more and more positions available. So please feel free to check out our career site at a later time. So all right, we'll go and check the chat window really quick just to see if anybody has posted any questions. Very good question. Yes, so from Aaron as well. So Aaron, I really appreciate your question. It says, is there a different website that I would apply for the health and wellness location you were referencing, or just the normal Mayo Clinic website? So here's what I'll do. I'm going to show it to you. So I'll go ahead and share my screen, and this will give everyone an idea of how to navigate our website, which, there you go. So you should be looking at my desktop now. And this is actually going to be specific to Rochester. So open our Rochester facility. If we check, we have 689 jobs. So, all right. And then let's see if anything comes directly from wellness. So in our wellness facility, we do hire, like massage therapists, nail tech, and many other types of, therapists. Let me see, and I don't see anything right now in health. Let me see a health coach position, but here is where you would go. So it's the exact same website, Aaron. You can just, there we go, let's see. Yeah, I guess it'll take me a little bit to sort through all the pages. But let me see if I can find something really quick. You can always jump back and forth. If you, let's see, we're hiring a lot for certified surgical techs up north, desktop operations specialists. Let's see. No, let me see if I'll do some research, Aaron, if I can find the name of our, healthcare facility up in Rochester, Minnesota. Maybe able to point you in the right direction as far as positions goes, but if not, oh, there you go, health unit coordinator. That is different, Aaron. Our health unit coordinators work within, certain pods or units, and they pretty much help overall operations. So it's sort of like a mix between, an administrative position that actually takes care of a lot of not medical related, but help our medical professionals to be successful. So those are the only positions that I see right now. It actually gives you a lot of exposure if you're looking. We do hire health unit coordinators here in Arizona, so keep that in mind. And Aaron, I don't see any positions available in our Rochester facility at the time that would match your needs, but I would definitely invite you to check out our careers website, at some point in the future. So again, www.jobs.mayoclinic.org. So hopefully, if you want to stay in touch, Aaron, definitely, feel free to send me an email or just send me an invite on LinkedIn. I would really appreciate it if you just let me know that you attended this event, as I always like to know how people hear about our, how I get in touch with people. So. All right, let me check the window one more time, the chat window. All right, I see there are some questions coming through. Okay. In the meantime, while more people submit questions, but let me tell you a little bit more about our, we're hiring many entry-level positions. Okay, so we have a question. Are you hiring any adult gerontology nurse practitioners? So yeah, let me, we can check. As a matter of fact, we have, let's see, healthcare, there you go. So I don't know the name, so my apologies, but whoever submitted that question, I'm gonna show you, and we can look at this together just to see if perhaps we have, what positions we have. All right, so just to let you know, here in Arizona, we have about 70, I think 70, or last time I checked, 70 different specialties. All right, give me just 1 second. We don't have a whole lot of pediatrics, but let me see what we have in that. So if you go to our careers profile, healthcare professional, nurse practitioner, and physician assistant, it has a nice video about what it's like to be a NPPA at Mayo Clinic. All right, perfect. So let's see, and here are all of our job titles. So let's go ahead and filter, and then see. So it's 18 jobs. And I'm just gonna organize them by site. I think that'll be the easiest. And okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 positions that we currently have open as an advanced practitioner, but specific to a nurse practitioner or a physician assistant. We have only 2, one in oncology and then one in pulmonary medicine. So no, we don't have any positions at the moment. What I would recommend is definitely check at a later time. And we post positions, any allied health position, we put them out there on Tuesdays or Wednesdays for the most part. So let me just grab a little water right here. All right, we actually have a question come through. It says, how about for clinical microbiologists or pathologists? So we actually have our Department of Laboratory Medicine and Pathology. It has usually a lot of openings. It's one of those departments where there is a lot of movement. I actually supported them for about 3 years. It has a lot of movement, a lot of career opportunities. We are constantly getting cutting edge procedures or new technology as well. So let me see if we have anything. I'll check really quick on my end. I actually stopped sharing my screen, but I'll see if I find anything in our DLMP. So, all right, for our DLMP, there you go. And by the way, it's going to be under clinical labs and research. So under our, all right. So we're hiring, we do have some medical assistant positions. We have some phlebotomy positions. Let's see, clinical. Okay, so we have a clinical lab scientist. So for the person that submitted that question, so for, we usually ask for a certification if you're going to be a medical technologist. Oh, you said a clinical microbiologist or pathologist. So give me just 1 second. All right, while I look for that information, I just want to remind you that we are in the process of growing. I know that it's, lots of things happening with COVID. COVID came to change a lot of the things that we do and how we do them. But even in the middle of this, Mayo Clinic is expanding. And that's why, that's also one of the reasons why we are adding, we continue to add jobs to our local economy. And, our expansion is a $750 million expansion. So our footprint is going to double. And we currently have about 7,000 employees. So by the time this is all said and done, we're going to be almost twice as big. So, hopefully hiring anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 employees in the next few years. And as we grow more our practice, and of course, there will be other opportunities, not only externally, but also internally as well. So many of the jobs that we have posted right now are actually posted internally for a reason. So outside, we have about 150 jobs, but it'll give you an idea. Let me see, total number of jobs that we have posted. Let's see, just 1 second. All right, so I think we probably have about a good 20 or 30 jobs open that are only internal. So think about it, you get your foot in the door, you start a career with Mayo Clinic, and then through all of this growth, there's going to be other opportunities that are going to become available. All right, let's check the chat window just to see if there's anything else. All right, so another telework, right? Telework is a hot topic right now. We are actually, so let me tell you something that is very exciting. Mayo Clinic has an initiative called Work From Anywhere, and it's part of our next normal, right? We understand that this is going to change significantly the way we provide, services. It's going to change the way we employ people. So there's going to be a lot of telework positions coming up. What I would recommend is definitely go to our website. Once you find a position of interest, you're going to see it's going to have the seat and state, and then the next piece of information is actually telecommute, and then it'll tell you the position is available for telecommute or not. All right. Carmen, I have your questions. Carmen says, hi there. What about medical coding positions? So yes, Carmen, as a matter of fact, most of our medical coding positions are, I would say they're in telework positions. So the way we do at Mayo Clinic, just to let you know, we have an affiliation with a local program, and we had some interns that would come. I don't know what that's going to look like in the next year or so, of course, because we are all adapting to the next normal, right? But to answer your question is yes, we do have medical coding positions. What I would recommend, we don't have any posted at the moment. And Carmen, if of course, if this is your field, you're probably familiar that, recently or in the next couple of years or so, we made a change and we went from ICD-9, which is a coding, the way medical procedures are coded, to ICD-10, and we added, thousands and thousands of new codes. With that being said, and then also we changed, if it helps you to know, we used to use Cerner, now we use Epic. So during that change, we started to slow down the hiring in that department just to realign resources. We were able to gain many efficiencies and make sure that our employees were, utilized in the appropriate capacity. So you may not see a whole lot of positions in coding at the moment. The same thing, just go to our website, and you can check if let's see if we have anything now. If you are, if part of medical coding and billing is of interest, sometimes we do have our finance department actually hires billing representative. I think they are hired on their finance representative 1, if I'm not mistaken, and I can look it up. So that may be another option. I know it's not necessarily coding, but perhaps you can consider that as an alternative career choice. So. All right, let's see if we have, I'm just going to check really quick what is it that we have in our finance department in case that's of interest, Carmen. So hopefully that helps, Carmen. At the moment, not a whole lot, but definitely check out our website later on. And let's see. Again, everyone, if you're watching this live stream, I would recommend, if you know of anybody who's looking for a job within the Valley, I would recommend that you send them this live stream. You may be able to help someone who's actively looking for employment. If it helps you to know, our 2 locations in Arizona are in the, one is in the north side of Arizona, so 56th Street and close to the 101. For reference, is the Desert Ridge area. So if you're ever driving by, you probably have seen Mayo Clinic out there. The other one is on Shea Boulevard and 134th Street. So that's in Scottsdale. To understand the difference is Scottsdale is more of our outpatient, outpatient clinic. And it also has some research, and that's also where our Alex School of Health Medicine is. And that's sort of, that's usually most of those positions out there are Monday through Friday, pretty standard business hours. We do have some, such as environmental services associates and techs, that have other schedules or more, schedules in different shifts, but for the most part. Now, the other location that we have, and our Phoenix campus, so that's where you're going to find the hospital emergency services, and we also are going to find the Phoenix, the Mayo Clinic building, and then the Mayo Clinic's, the cancer center. So the name escapes me right now, but that's, we're going to, you have, of course, the hospital, inpatient areas, as well as outpatient areas as well. So any of the medical specialties, you'll find them there. All right. All right, to tell you a little bit more about these positions, if you are looking for an entry-level position within the Valley, we are hiring for environmental services associates and techs. The starting rate for environmental services associates is $13.21 per hour. The maximum is at $17.21. for environmental services techs, it's 1450, and then the maximum is 1884. We have a lot of these positions open in second and third shift as well. So of course, if you're trying, let's say you're trying to stagger work hours, right? Perhaps your partner or spouse is working in the mornings and you need to work in the afternoons. I think this is a great opportunity. All of our employees that work in the second shift, they actually get a shift differential for any hours worked, anywhere from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So you make a little bit of extra money there. You're right now it's all about options, right? You have to think about what options are out there and how are you going to make things work, right? So I would recommend check out our website. Those are our environmental services positions. We also have our general services attendants. We are hiring quite a bit of those, and that those jobs usually start around 1524, and the maximum is 2018. So depending, on the type of role that you may be looking for. All right, so let's see if we have any questions in the chat window. Just one second. All right, and all more questions trickle in. If you are watching this, I would recommend share this with whoever's looking for a job. Right now, it's a tough time, so we sort of need to help each other. If you have any questions afterwards, or if you want to learn more, all of our openings, as well as our learning opportunities, benefits, the culture of Mayo Clinic. I think that's also what gives us a little bit of some of the accolades, and as well some of the recognitions that we've had are, it's an honor to be part of this organization. The good thing about our culture is, of course, you'll find our primary value, which is the needs of the patient come first, and then you're going to find our secondary values, which is actually they spell out rich ties, and I'll go over that in just a second. Let's see. So a few things about Mayo Clinic. Mayo Clinic has been around for more than 100 years. If you ever want to learn a little bit more about Mayo Clinic, there's actually a really cool documentary out on Netflix about Mayo Clinic. You just type Mayo Clinic, and it's actually by Ken Burns. It'll give you an insight on the culture, how Mayo Clinic came to be, about the Mayo brothers. And a lot of their teaching and philosophy and lifestyle, they currently live within our practice. So for all of you guys that don't know, Mayo Clinic was named the best hospital in the nation for the third year in a row. So we just found that out within the last week or so. So for me, it's an honor to work for Mayo Clinic. We are honored as the number one rankings in more categories than any other hospital. So that is according to U.S. News and World Report. Let's see. So according to Universum, college students have named Mayo Clinic a most attractive employer for the 13th year in a row. Also have some accolades for from Diversity Inc. as well as nursing as well. Now, something to tell you, another thing to know about Mayo Clinic is Mayo Clinic has, and especially it's always very important for Mayo Clinic, but I think more than before, it's important for people outside of Mayo Clinic to know that Mayo Clinic is huge in diversity and inclusion. So whenever we here at Mayo Clinic have the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, as well as the Mayo Employee Resource Group, and they sort of, that they make that overarching team of diversity and inclusion. And we have the Mayo Employee Resource Groups. Now, here in Arizona, we, let's see if I can find some of them really quick. All right, let's see. So here in Arizona, we some of the employee resource groups, of course, many times they do diversity dialogue, so it's for you to learn more about a specific topic. But sometimes they do outings or social events. Of course, we need to figure out what that's going to look like, right, after COVID. But for example, the other day we did I'm part of the Latinos Employee Resource Group. I'm honored to say I'm the co-chair. And the other day we just did like a Zoom get together, just because, everyone, this has been hit very different, everyone, and we just wanted to stay in touch and then you stay engaged as well. All right, so I'm looking for our site just to tell you a little bit more about diversity and inclusion at Mayo Clinic. I think that is very important. And then after that, we'll look at the questions that are trickling in. If you are watching this and if you know of anybody who's looking for a job in Mayo Clinic in Arizona, please feel free to share this. All right, perfect. So let me tell you a little bit more about the Arizona Mayo Employee Resource Group. We have the African Descendants Mayo Employee Resource Group. We call it MERGE. That's, of course, an acronym for the Mayo Employee Resource Group. So I'm just going to refer to them as MERGE. We have the African Descendants MERGE, the Disability MERGE. We have the Emerging Leaders MERGE. We have a global MERGE, actually, that is more of an enterprise MERGE. We have the Greater Leadership Opportunities for Women, or GLOW MERGE. We have the LGBT and I community MERGE. And just it's a lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and intersex community MERGE. I also had the opportunity and the honor to serve for the LGBTI MERGE for about 2.5 years in my career. I'm currently now serving for the Latinos MERGE, and we also have the Yellow Ribbon Veterans MERGE. So if diversity and inclusion is important to you, definitely consider us as an employer and your future career choices. So, all right, let me check the chat window and see if there are any questions that have trickled in. This morning we had another one of these sessions, and we have many other questions related to like visa sponsorships. Mayo Clinic doesn't sponsor, we do sponsor some positions, but they're for like mostly in research or highly advanced positions. So other than that, and it's interesting because with everything that is going on, I really don't know what it's going to look like going forward, but we are of course interested in attracting top talent. All right, we'll give it about 5 more minutes, and if we don't see that any new people or questions come and trickle in, remember, we're here for you to answer any questions that you may have. So please feel free to type your questions in the chat window. All right, let me see. I'll check on my end right here. So while we wait for some of those questions to trickle in, let me just go over. So we are currently hiring for Mayo Clinic in Arizona. If you're interested in any of our other locations, I would recommend to go and check out our careers website. That is www.jobs@mayoclinic.org. Here in Arizona, we're actively hiring. So you could be employed as early as probably early September, right? If you consider, the application process, you would have to go through an interview. Now, one thing to know about Mayo Clinic is we do behavioral interviews at Mayo Clinic. So if you ever heard of the SHARE method, that's where, we usually, all of our questions say, well, tell me about a time where you blank. I understand sometimes people struggle with this, but the easiest way to think about it is you provide a situation, the hindrance or challenge, the action, the result, and the evaluation. So I don't know if I'll check afterwards. We actually have some information on our website. We should have some information about interviews on our website. Okay, so as a reminder, we're hiring for associates, environmental services associates, and environmental services techs. The minimum for the jobs is anywhere from 1321 to 1450, and then the maximum, depending for which position you're applying to, is 1721 or 1884. If you do get to work on a second or third shift, we do have shift differential for any of these positions. We also have the general services attendant, and then we have medical assistance as well. So a lot of great and exciting opportunities. Now, those are entry levels, but what if you're an RN, right? We had actually a few questions earlier today about RN opportunities. We're definitely hiring, right? So check out our website. If you want to get in touch with me directly, we'll make sure to put my email address in the chat window. And if you have any general questions, like let's say you just want to learn a little bit more or have any questions about our benefits, all of that information is on our website at www.jobs.mayoclinic.org. But other than that, you can also call our HR Connect Center. We'll be sure to post the number, but let's see, 507-266-0440. So you can also give them a call if you have any general question. Now, all of our postings have our recruiters listed on there, and our recruiters are, for the most part, very active on LinkedIn. So you can always connect with them if you have any specific questions, or perhaps you submitted an application. Now, if you already submitted an application and you're watching this, you can actually, if you want to know the status of your application, which are most of the questions that we get, you can actually find that out directly from your talent profile. So keep that in mind. All right, perfect. So we'll go and check the chat window one more time. And if we don't have questions, on behalf of Mayo Clinic and the Human Resources Department, I want to thank you for just taking the time to, consider us as an employer. I would invite you to check out all of our opportunities. Remember, we post new jobs around around Tuesday or Wednesday every week. So check out our website. If for whatever reason you don't see anything right now, you can always check it next week or perhaps during the weekend, right? It's always great. I'm just going to check really quick if we're ready, if we've received any questions. And if not, I would like to thank you for your time.